Hello, I'm Chuang. Let's draw the body of Camarasaurus, which has several distinctive features. First, this dinosaur had a very long neck, but not as long as that of Camarasaurus as we imagined. Its neck was about the same as its torso or slightly longer. We should note this proportion. If dividing its body into three parts, the head and neck as one section, the torso as another, and the tail as the last, among the three, we will see the tail is the longest, the neck and head combination is shorter, and the torso is the shortest. In addition, the legs of Camarasaurus were not particularly long in contrast to its whole body, so we should not draw them too long. Furthermore, it's essential to know that Camarasaurus' legs were relatively thin, compared to later sauropods. This feature should be included. All in all, when drawing a Camarasaurus, we must first consider the overall proportion. Another feature of Camarasaurus we should present is that it is an animal with a broad and chubby torso. Thus, we can use light and shadow techniques to depict its volume. Of course, we do not need to describe the light and shadow specifically, but use a more simple way to convey the effect. One key technique to achieving this, which we will also use in the later drawing, is finding the terminator. For example, if the light hits my hand, the lit half is the light area, and the unlit part is the dark area. The terminator in the middle is also the darkest part of the entire tone. We can represent its volume by locating the terminator on the body of the Camarasaurus. Now, let's get started. Compose the draft first. Define the body parts, the back, chest, belly, and the back of the thigh. When pinpointing the body parts, take the middle, less than 1/3 section from head to tail as its torso. Then, begin drawing the picture from the top of the thigh where the tail is connected. Sketch the shape of the back, then outline its shoulder blade as moving forward. When drawing, you can first create a sketch using dotted lines. Extend its back upwards to draw its slightly S-shaped neck. Then, we determine the position of its head. Note that the upper part of its nose is a highly bulged structure. Directly draw its mouth. Its nose should appear more protruded than the bones. We slightly add some structures to make this nose look more bulging. Proceed to draw the eye. Here is the corner of the mouth, which can be gently curved downward. Behind the eye is the temporal fenestra. Then, draw its lower jaw. When drawing the head, we can depict it with the mouth slightly open. Draw some loose skin drooping from the throat. Then, draw the neck extending backward. Make the neck slightly thicker. We will draw the line where the neck turns in a moment. Next, sketch out the forelimb, with the upper arm connecting to the back of the shoulder blade. There were triangular muscles at the shoulder. Draw the upper arm relatively thick, followed by the forearm. When drawing the limbs of the Camarasaurus, be careful not to make them too tall. Then, Moving on to the hand. The whole hand was fused into a hoof-like structure. Then, go on to draw the other arm. Slightly outline the muscles. Make the forearm muscles fuller and the joint at the wrist rounder. There was a large nail on the inside of the hand. Then, outline the abdomen in a chubby appearance. Draw the skin linking the abdomen and the thigh. On the thigh, let's draw some muscles. Here is the knee. The calf muscles can also drawn to be plumper. Let's also make the ankle slightly bulging. The foot had 3 claws, with the largest on the inside and the smallest on the outside. Then, draw the other leg, which steps backward and is blocked by this leg. Then, we'll come to the tail. Although the base of the Camarasaurus tail is tilted upwards, we should extend its bottom outline smoothly and continuously. Imagine that it connects to the belly without being blocked by the thigh. Then, draw the end of the tail into a more curved shape. Make the lines on the body more pronounced. Afterward, let's use thinner lines to add more structures. The shoulder blade can be outlined with slightly thinner lines. Below the shoulder blade, draw the coracoid connecting to the lower muscles of the neck. Then, use shading to show the turn between the side and bottom of its entire neck, making it look three-dimensional. Draw the boundary between light and dark at the shoulder to make the dinosaur look more three-dimensional. Place some shading below the boundary. A small tip for placing the shading is to apply evenly distributed short lines. The lines don't need to be the same length, but should be evenly distributed in the picture to create a breathable and darkening effect. Assuming that the light source is coming from the left, the chest and arms on the right side of the picture should be in shadow. We can slightly place these lines evenly across the picture for this effect. Then, show some muscle traces. From the side, the muscles on the neck can be roughly divided into 3 groups: upper, middle, and lower. You can simply understand the structure in this way. The upper muscles make it easier to raise the head, the lower muscles help lower the head, and the left and right muscles are responsible for swinging the head. Draw the details of the eye. Then, draw the teeth in this position of the mouth. Darken the inside of the mouth to create a shadow effect. Place shading on the right side of the face. And draw the muscles on the cheeks to represent the more developed muscles behind the chin. there was a beak structure in front of its mouth. Show its edge. Next, draw some squeezed skin in its armpits, which is common in large animals. Draw the terminator of the lightness and darkness on the side of the body. Place shading on its abdomen. You can make it darker on both sides. Although the thighs were connected to the torso by skin, this skin moved frequently, forming many wrinkles. Let's also draw some wrinkles on the wrist. Followed by the muscles in the arm. Draw some shadows on the inside of the leg. Make this knee prominent. And add some wrinkles on the thigh. Use these lines to make the body look rounder. The same goes for the bottom of the tail. On the side, we can place shading on the muscle to make the tail look muscular. Then, follow the body's structure to add some wrinkles to show the skin's texture. These lines can convey the feeling of loose and soft skin. When using pencils to draw, you can apply these lines more gently. Add some wrinkles where these joints move. Draw some shadows on the other leg as well. When placing shading, make the tones darker near the areas where body parts connect, such as the thighs and the torso. The tones on parts not connected with the surrounding areas should be lighter, with fewer and looser lines. Outline the terminator on the forelimbs. When creating the shading, in addition to the terminator, we should also consider the range of the cast shadow on this left leg formed by the right leg when the light shines from the left. Then, fill this area with dark strokes. We can also draw some structural lines on the neck using the same method as the tail so that the body of this animal looks more textured and not too monotonous. Draw some wrinkles on the posterior of the neck. Then, add some large scales on the body. Sometimes, we will draw spikes on the back of the ancestors of Titanosaurs. But, we will not draw them for this Camarasaurus as there is no fossil evidence. To keep a smooth back contour, we can omit those spikes. Once you have done the skin texture, draw some shadows on the ground, as well as the dust raised by its walking. We can also draw shades when drawing the dust. Even though the dust is translucent, a clump structure will form when the sunlight hits it, resulting in shadows. Good. Like this, we finished drawing the body of Camarasaurus.